Chuck, semi-truck, Sean the Jedi Master, Lockin 99, all in the live chat. How you guys doing? Get up to the live here. Sorry I am late. We're gonna go right into things today. So Lockin was here on time at 1:29. And we're gonna get ready to rock and roll here. Get everything out here. You guys can see. Currently, we are at 947 entries. We do have 9 prizes on the wheel here. Well, let's see, no. All right. We've got everything in line there. Get everybody logged in here. For the early bird entries, we'll go officially at 41. When Chuck chimed in here first, it looks like at 141. And we will do the next stream after this sooner than we thought. But we'll do today's, and we'll do the trivia for yesterday. Then we will do the trivia in our next, we're going to do SEAVER now, and then the next live stream will be Frank Gibson Seeley. Bud Seeley. Okay? So that's what we're going to do. This is a redo since we did not get the stream up yesterday. So at 1:46, we'll get into our content. Okay. I will type in here. Okay. We will get that good to go. I'll get that turned off. We'll get the live chat refreshed here at 1:43. So at 1:46, in 2 minutes, I'll log everybody in. We'll get into our trivia, and then we will get into our content for today. Tom Seaver. A few cards here. Tom Seaver. We'll be going over that after we do his bio. Won't go too long. Does anyone like horror movies? Sometimes. It just depends. If it's the classic ones, maybe. Some of the really weird ones they're doing these days, I don't know, dear semi-truck. I don't know. But I've got less than a minute. When my computer says 1:46, I'll start logging everybody in here. We get logging in here. And Chuck. We got Chuck. Okay. We got Sean. Sean. Jedi Master. Semi-truck 75. Five. Chuck, Sean Jedi Master. Locking is here, semi-truck Jedi Master. All right, I do have 46. So I'm going to post in there and early bird entries. So let me know if I missed anybody here. Wait, we got Cops. Cops is in here. Missed over Cops. That's fine. Lock-in Sean Jedi Master, Matty Ice cards. Matty Ice cards. Bernie H is in here. Okay. Let me see if let me know if I missed anybody. I got Bernie H, I got Chuck, I got Cops, I got Lockin 99, I got Matty Ice cards, I got Sean Jedi Master, and I've got Semi Truck 75. Did I miss anybody? I don't see God is great. Where's God is great? Okay. But your Cubby's trying to blow this game, Matty. Okay. So I've got once again Bernie H, Chuck, Cops, Lockin, Matty Ice, Sean Jedi Master, and Semi Truck 75. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That gives 14. That gives us 961 entries so far. Okay, we are going to get into our trivia for yesterday real quick here, so we're not wasting any time. It is Hall of Fame related. There is one answer. All right, it'll be worth 5 points. And we'll do the birthdays first. For yesterday, Thursday, August the 1st, the baseball birthdays were Hank Bauer, Vic Davilio, Leon Durham, and Madison Bumgarner. Okay, Bumgarner. All right, it is Hall of Fame related. Which Hall of Famer struck out 15 batters in his first start in 1970? Okay, again, one answer, worth 5 points. Whoever gets it first. Hall of Fame related. Which Hall of Famer struck out 15 batters in his first start in 1970? Is it A, Nolan Ryan, B, Bob Gibson, C, Tom Seaver, or D, Fergie Jenkins? Right? No wonder this inning is sponsored by Trash Bags at Laugh Out Loud. Okay. Jedi Master's got a guess. Bernie H has got a guess. Lawkins got a guess. Matty Ice got it with Nolan Ryan. Matty Ice, congratulations. Let's see, we got a 2. Hold on, let me get this. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, and 2. And I think I might be able to check the mail because the mailman hadn't been here before we got into going live for this. Sorry, my wife took me to the store and I forgot I scheduled it for 2:30 instead of 2. I was looking, I was like, they're wondering where I'm at because I'm supposed to be live. Okay, so Matty Ice, you got the 5, so you've got 7 entries so far today. Okay. Process of elimination. There we go. Exactly. All right, so our next trivia will be worth the same thing, most likely. But Hall of Fame, which Hall of Famer struck out 15 batters in his first start in 1970? It was A, Nolan Ryan. Okay, A, Ryan began his career with the Mets, and his first start in 1970 was his 4th year in the big leagues. Was on April 18th after surrendering a leadoff single to the Phillies' second baseman Denny Doyle. Ryan didn't allow another hit. He fanned 15, including 6 different Phillies 2 or more times, with homers from Ken Boswell and Tommy Agee. The Mets won 7-0. Ryan finished the year just 7-11 after his 10-14 mark in 1971. The Mets traded him to the Angels for Jim Fregosi. Over the 20 years from 1972 to 1991, he won 285 and lost 240 games and led his league in strikeouts 11 times. He holds the record for strikeouts in a season with 383. That is your answer. In case you want to freeze frame, if I read that too fast for you. But congratulations there, Matty Ice, for getting the trivia for today. All right. Let's go ahead and get into Tom Seaver's biography next here. Okay. Tom Seaver's biography is next. Okay. Then we'll continue on here. He would have had 500 now. What's that? Can't read what Logan said there. He would have had 500 now days. Need to order ahead for store pickup. Okay, so Tom Seaver is our biography for yesterday, which we're going to do today, and then we will get into Bud Selig, which should be a shorter one next round here. Tom Seaver. George Thomas Seaver was born November 17, 1944, and passed away on August the 31st, 2020. Nicknamed Tom Terrific and the Franchise, was an American professional baseball pitcher who played 20 seasons in Major League Baseball. He played for the New York Mets, the Cincinnati Reds, the Chicago White Sox, and the Boston Red Sox from 1967 to 1986. Commonly described as the most ionic player in Mets history, Seaver played a significant role of their victory in the 1969 World Series over the Baltimore Orioles. With the Mets, Seaver won the National League Rookie of the Year award in 1967 and won 3 National League Cy Young awards as the league's best pitcher. He was a 12-time All-Star and ranks as the Mets' all-time leader in wins. During his MLB career, he compiled 311 wins, 3,640 strikeouts, 61 shutouts, and a 2.86 earned run average, and threw a no-hitter in 1978. In 1992, Seaver was inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame by the highest percentage of votes ever recorded at the time. Along with Mike Piazza, he is one of 2 players wearing a New York Mets hat on his plaque in the Hall of Fame. Seaver's number 41 was retired by the Mets in 1988, and New York City changed the address of Citi Field to 41 Seaver Way in 2019. Seaver is also a member of the New York Mets Hall of Fame and the Cincinnati Reds Hall of Fame. As far as his early life, Seaver was born in Fresno, California to Betty Lee Nee Klein and Charles Henry Seaver. He attended Fresno High School and was a pitcher for the school's baseball team. Seaver compensated for his lack of size and strength by developing his control on the mound. Despite being all-city basketball player, he hoped to play baseball in college. He joined the U.S. Marine Corps Reserve on June 28 in 1962. He served as the Air FMF Pac 29 Palms, California, through July of 1963. After 6 months of active duty in the reserves, Seaver enrolled at Fresno City College. He remained a part-time member of the reserve until his 8-year commitment ended in 1970. The University of Southern California recruited Seaver to play college baseball, unsure as to whether Seaver was worthy of a scholarship. USC sent him to pitch in Alaska and the Alaska Gold Panthers of Fairbanks in the summer of 1964. After a stellar season in which he pitched and won a game in the national tournament with a grand slam, USC head coach Rod Dedeaux awarded him a scholarship as a sophomore in 1965. Seaver posted a 10-2 record for the Trojans and was selected to the 10th round of the 1965 Major League Baseball draft by the Los Angeles Dodgers. When Seaver asked for $70,000, however, the Dodgers passed, only offering Seaver $2,000. In 1966, Seaver signed a professional contract with the Atlanta Braves, who had selected him in the first round of the secondary January draft, 20th overall. However, the contract was voided by Baseball Commissioner William Eckert because USC had played 2 exhibition games that year, although Seaver had not participated. He then intended to finish the college season, but because he had signed a professional contract, the NCAA ruled him ineligible. After Seaver's father complained to Eckert about the unfairness of the situation and threatened a lawsuit, Eckert ruled that other teams could match the Braves' offer. The Mets were subsequently awarded his signing rights in a lottery drawing among 3 teams, the Philadelphia Phillies, the Cleveland Indians, and being the other 2 that were willing to match the Braves' terms. As far as his professional playing career, minor leagues in 1966, Seaver was 12-12 with a 3.13 earned run average, pitching in Class AAA with the Jacksonville Suns, the Mets affiliate, and the International League. As far as the New York Mets in 1966 through 1977. Get a sip of water real quick here while we're between sections here. Freshen up my voice a little bit here too. Seaver made the Mets roster in 1967 and was named to the 1967 All-Star Game and got the save by pitching a scoreless 15th inning. In his rookie season, Seaver was 16-13 for the last place Mets with 18 complete games, 170 strikeouts, and a 2.76 earned run average. Seaver was named the 1967 National League Rookie of the Year. Seaver recalled later on that he approached Henry Aaron just before the All-Star game for his autograph. Seaver felt the need to introduce himself to Aaron, as he was certain that the veteran player would not know who he was. Aaron replied to Seaver, "Kid, I know who you are. And before your career is over, I guarantee you everyone in this stadium will too." Seaver started for the Mets opening day in 1968. He won 16 games again during that season and recorded over 200 strikeouts for the first 9 consecutive seasons. But the Mets moved up only 1 spot in the standings to 9th. In 1969, Seaver won the league-high 25 games, including 9 consecutive complete game victories. He won the first National League Cy Young Award, and he finished runner-up to Willie McCovey for the league's Most Valuable Player Award. All right, who we got here? God is great in the house. Hello here, Titus. Thanks for popping in. Rookie backup outfielder Jim Qualls broke up Seaver's bid for a perfect game when he lined a clean single to left field. In the inaugural National League Championship Series, Seaver outlasted Atlanta's Phil Niekro in the first game for a 9-5 victory. Seaver was also the starter for Game 1 of the World Series, but lost a 4-1 decision to the Baltimore Orioles. Mike Collier, Seaver then pitched a 10-inning complete game for a 2-1 win in Game 4. The Miracle Mets won the series. At year's end, Seaver was presented with the Hickok Belt as the top professional athlete of the year and Sports Illustrated magazine's Sportsman of the Year award. On April 22, 1970, Seaver set a major league record by striking out the final 10 batters of the game in a 2-1 victory over the San Diego Padres at Shea Stadium. Al Ferreira, who had homered in the second inning for the Padres' run, accounted for both the first and the final strikeout of the streak. In addition to his 10 consecutive strikeouts, Seaver tied Steve Carlton's major league record at the time with 19 strikeouts in a 9-inning game. The record was later eclipsed by 20 strikeout games by Kerry Wood, Randy Johnson, Max Scherzer, and twice by Roger Clemens. By mid-August, Seaver's record stood at 17-6, and he seemed well on his way to a second consecutive 20-victory season. But he only won one of his last 10 starts, including 4 on short rest, to finish 8-12. Nonetheless, Seaver led the National League in both earned run average with a 2.82 and strikeouts with a 2.83. In 1971, Seaver led the league in earned run average, 1.76, and strikeouts in 289 and 286 innings, while going 20-10. However, he finished second in the Cy Young balloting to Fergie Jenkins of the Chicago Cubs due to Jenkins' league-leading 24 wins, 325 innings pitched, and exceptional control numbers. Seaver had 4 more 20-win seasons in 1971, 21 in 1972, 22 in 1975, and 21 in 1977. He won 2 more Cy Young Awards in 1973 and 1975, both with the Mets. Between 1970 and 76, Seaver led the National League in strikeouts 5 times, while also finishing second in 1972 and third in 1974. Seaver also won 3 earned run average titles as a Met. 2 famous quotes about Seaver are attributed to Reggie Jackson. "Blind men come to the park just to hear him pitch." The second was in the 1973 World Series with the Mets up 3-2 and poised to win their second championship. Seaver started the game but did not have his arm that day and lost the game. Jackson is reported to have said Seaver pitched with his heart that day. Seaver was known for his drop and drive overhand delivery, power by his legs, and trunk with his knee sinking to the ground. As far as the Midnight Massacre, by 1977, free agency had begun, and contract negotiations between the Mets ownership and Seaver were not going well. Seaver wanted to renegotiate his contract to bring his salary in line with what other top pitchers were earning. But chairman of the board, M. Donald Grant, who by that time had been given carte blanche by the Mets management to do what he wished, refused to budge. Longtime New York Daily News columnist Dick Young regularly wrote negative columns about Seaver's greedy demands. Seaver attempted to resolve the impasse by going to team owner Lorinda D. Roulette, who, along with general manager Joe McDonald, had negotiated in principle a 3-year contract extension by mid-June. Before the contract could be signed, Young wrote an unattributed story in the Daily News saying that Seaver was being goaded by his wife to ask for more money because she was envious of Nolan Ryan earning more money with the California Angels. Upon learning of the story, Seaver informed DeRelay and McDonald that he immediately wanted to be traded, believing that he could not coexist with Grant. In one of the 2 trades that New York's sports reporters dubbed the Midnight Massacre, the other involved struggling outfielder Dave Kingman. Seaver was traded to the Cincinnati Reds at the trading deadline, June 15, 1977, for pitcher Pat Zachary, minor league outfielder Steve Henderson, infielder Doug Flynn, and minor league outfielder Dan Norman. When he was with the Cincinnati Reds 1977 to 1982, Seaver went 14-3 with the Reds and won 21 games in 1977, including an emotional 5-1 victory over the Mets. In his return to Shea Stadium, Seaver struck out 11 batters during his return game and also hit a double. He also received a lengthy ovation at the Stars game, held in New York's Yankee Stadium. His departure from New York sparked sustained negative fan reaction as the Mets became the league's worst team, finishing in last place the next 3 seasons, combined with the Yankees' resurgence in the market. Attendance dipped during the 1978 New York Mets season and plunged during the 1979 New York Mets season to 9,740 per game. M. Donald Grant was fired after the 1978 season, and Joe McDonald was fired after the 1979 season, following a sale of the team to publishing magnate Nelson Doubleday Jr. In a sardonic nod to the general manager, Shea Stadium acquired the nickname Grant's Tomb. After having thrown 5 one-hitters for the Mets, including 2 games in which no-hit bids were broken up in the 9th inning, Seaver recorded a 4-0 no-hitter for the Reds in 1978 against the St. Louis Cardinals. In June 16th at Riverfront Stadium, it was the only no-hitter of his professional career. He led the Cincinnati pitching staff in 1979 when the Reds won the Western Division and again in the strike-shortened 1981 season, when the Reds had best record in the major leagues. In the latter season, Seaver, with his sterling 14-2 performance, was a close runner-up to Fernando Valenzuela for the 1981 Cy Young Award. Seaver finished 3rd and 4th in 2 other previous years. In 1981, during one of his 2 losses, Seaver recorded his 3,000th strikeout against Keith Hernandez of the St. Louis Cardinals. Then, in 1982, he suffered through an injury-ridden campaign, finishing the season 5-13. In the 6 seasons with the Reds, Seaver was 75-46 with a .318 earned run average in 42 complete games and 158 starts. Get another sip of water quick here as we get ready to return to the Mets in 1983. Fill my water bottle up before the day's out, I'm sure. On December 16, 1982, Seaver was traded back to the Mets for Charlie Pulo, Lloyd McClendon, and Jason Felix. On April 5, 1983, he tied Walter Johnson's major league record of 14 opening day starts, shutting out the Philadelphia Phillies for 6 innings in a 2-0 Mets win. However, he posted a subpar 9-14 record that season. The Mets exercised an option on Seaver's contract worth $750,000 for 1984. Overall, in 12 seasons with the Mets, Seaver was 198-124 with a 2.57 earned run average in 3,045 innings, with 171 complete games, winning 3 Cy Young Awards and the 1969 World Series and the 1967 National League Rookie of the Year Award. Then he goes on to the Chicago White Sox in 1984 to 1986. On January 20th, 1984, the Chicago White Sox claimed Seaver from the Mets in a free agent compensation draft. The Mets, especially general manager Frank Cashin, incorrectly assumed that no one would pursue a high-salaried 39-year-old starting pitcher and left him off the protected list. All right. Wasn't such a bad trade for the Mariners. All right. Seaver pitched 2.5 seasons in Chicago and recorded his last shutout on July 19, 1985, against the visiting Indians in an anomaly. Seaver won 2 games on May 9, 1984. He pitched the 25th and final inning of a game suspended the day before, picking up the win in relief against the Milwaukee Brewers before starting and winning the day's regularly scheduled game, also facing the Brewers. Boston Red Sox in 1986. The White Sox traded Seaver to the Boston Red Sox for Steve Lyons in midseason. Seaver's 311th and final win came on August the 18th, 1986, against the Minnesota Twins. A knee injury prevented Seaver from appearing on the Mets in the World Series with the Red Sox, but he received among the loudest ovations during player introductions prior to Game 1. Roger Clemens attributes the time he shared with Seaver as teammates in 1986 as instrumental in helping him make the transition from thrower to pitcher. The Red Sox did not offer Seaver a contract to his liking in the 1987 season. His 1986 salary was $1 million, and the Red Sox offered $500,000, which Seaver declined. When no new contract agreement was reached, Seaver was granted a free agency on November 12, 1986. Seaver was 5-7 with a 3.80 earned run average and 16 starts with Boston in 1986. Okay. In 1987, the Mets' starting rotation was decimated by injury, and they sought help from Seaver. Though no contract was signed, Seaver joined the club on June 6th and was hit hard in an exhibition game against the AAA Tidewater Tides on June 11th. After similarly poor outings on June 16th and 20th, he announced his retirement, saying that there were no more pitches in his 42-year-old arm that weren't competitive. I've used them all up. As far as his career overall, only Seaver and Walter Johnson have 300 wins, 3,000 strikeouts, and an earned run average under 3. Seaver's 16 opening day starts are an MLB record. At the time of his retirement, he was third on the MLB's all-time strikeout list with 3,640, trailing only his former teammate Nolan Ryan and Steve Carlton. He currently ranks 6th all-time. Seaver is tied with Ryan for 7th most shutouts in MLB history with 61. His feat of striking out 10 consecutive batters has only been matched once by Aaron Nola in 2021. He also holds the record for consecutive strikeouts seasons with 9 in 1968 through 1976. Seaver could also help himself at the plate. A decent hitter and proficient bunter. Seaver hit 12 home runs during his career, along with a relatively solid lifetime batting average for a pitcher of 154. As far as his awards and honors, the Mets retired Seaver's uniform number 41 in 1988 in a Tom Seaver Day ceremony, making him the franchise's first player to be so honored. Seaver was elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame on January the 7th, 1992, with the then highest percentage of votes with 98.84%. He was named on 425 out of 430 ballots. 3 of his 5 ballots had omitted Seaver or blank, cast by writers protesting the Hall's decision to make Pete Rose ineligible for consideration. 1 ballot was sent by a writer who was recovering from open heart surgery and failed to notice Seaver's name. The 5th no vote was cast by a writer who said he never voted for any player in their first year of eligibility. Seaver is one of 2 players enshrined in the Hall of Fame with a Mets cap on his plaque, along with Mike Piazza. He also was inducted into the New York Mets Hall of Fame, the Marine Corps Sports Hall of Fame, and the Cincinnati Reds Hall of Fame. In 1999, Seaver ranked 32nd on the Sporting News list of 100 greatest baseball players. The only player to have spent a majority of his career with the Mets. To make list in 2016. With ESPN.com ranked Seaver 34th on its list of greatest MLB players, while The Athletic ranked him the 41st greatest player in 2020. On September 28, 2006, Seaver was chosen as the hometown hero for the Mets franchise by ESPN. Seaver made a return to Shea Stadium during the Shea Goodbye closing ceremony on September 28, 2008, where he threw out the final pitch in the history of the stadium to Piazza. Along with Piazza, he opened the Mets' new home, Citi Field, with the ceremonial first pitch on April 13, 2009. In 2013, the Major League Baseball All-Star Game was dedicated to Seaver. He concluded the introduction of the starting lineup ceremonies by throwing out the ceremonial first pitch. Mets player David Wright participated. In 2019, New York City renamed the street outside Citi Field from 126th Street to Seaver Way and changed the ballpark's address to 41 Seaver Way, a salute to the number he wore throughout his career. In 2017, Seaver was awarded the Bob Feller Act of Valor as a Hall of Fame recipient. On April 15, 2022, at their home opener against the Arizona Diamondbacks, the Mets unveiled a 10-foot statue of Seaver in front of Citi Field. As far as his broadcasting career, Seaver's television broadcasting experience dated back to his playing career, when he was invited to serve as a World Series analyst for ABC in 1977 and for NBC in 1978. 1980 and 1982. Also, while an active player, Seaver called the 1981 National League Division Series between Montreal and Philadelphia, and that year's National League Championship Series, along with Dick Enberg for NBC. As far as his personal life and his passing, Seaver married Nancy Lynn McIntyre on June 9, 1966, in Jacksonville, Florida, during Seaver's Triple-A stint. In 2013, it was reported that Seaver suffered from a memory loss and not even remembering long-term acquaintances and experiencing symptoms of sleep disorder, nausea, and general overall feeling of chemical imbalance. According to a former teammate, Bud Harrelson, Seaver was otherwise doing well. On March 7, 2019, Seaver's family announced that he had dementia and was retiring from public life. Seaver died in his sleep as a result of complications from Lewy body dementia and COVID-19 on August 31st, 2020, during the COVID-19 pandemic in California. He was 75 years old. All right, that covers his Hall of Fame biography. Now we'll do his stats, encapsulation of his stats. Again, Tom Seaver was born November 17, 1944 in Fresno, California. He died August 31st, 2020 at age 75 in Calistoga, California. He batted right through right. His MLB debut was April 13, 1967 for the New York Mets. His last MLB appearance was September 19, 1986 for the Boston Red Sox. His win-loss record, 311 wins, 205 losses. His earned run average, 2.86. And his strikeouts for his career, 3,640. Played for the New York Mets, 1967 to 77. Cincinnati Reds, 77 to 82. 1983 for the Mets. Chicago White Sox, 84 to 86. And the Boston Red Sox in 1986. His career highlights and award: 12 times All-Star, 1967 to 73, 75 to 78, 1981, World Series champion, 1969, 3 times National Cy Young Award winner, 1969, 73, and 75, National League Rookie of the Year, 1967, 3 times National Wins Leader, 1969, 75, and 81, 3 times National League ERA leader in 1970, 71, 73, 5 times National League strikeout leader. 1970, 71, 73, 75, and 76. Pitched a no-hitter on June 16, 1978. The New York Mets retired number 41. New York Mets Hall of Famer. Cincinnati Reds Hall of Famer, a member of the National Baseball Hall of Fame, inducted in 1992 by 98.8% on the first ballot. So there you have it. Tom Seaver in all his glory. Okay. Okay. Hold on. Oh, never. Oh, sorry. Frank Seeley. Sorry. We'll do is in our second biography coming up after we finish off Tom Seaver. Put this off to the side here. Unveil Tom Terrific Seaver's baseball cards. I got just a couple pages here. I think it's almost 4 pages. Okay. Let me go back here. There we go. Okay. There we have these 9 on this sheet. Can't get it. Oh, wait, yeah, I can. Let me scoops this so you don't have the bottom of those cards chopped off there. There we go. There we go. All right, so you got those 9 there. I think, let me see. Can I zoom in anymore? No, I think I'm zoomed in all the way for the kids there. All right, so a few more here. We got these cards here. And then one more with a few here. Can't remember for sure which my oldest one is, but do you remember? 1985, 1970, and that'll finish off Tom Seaver. Okay, so without further ado, because I think my next one is 4:45, I'll be doing my Ken Griffey Jr. auction. So that will take place a little bit later here. But we will have a brief break, and then I will be back after a little bit here. We will do the 2-minute warning. We will do the 2-minute warning. Okay. The 2-minute warning. Let me see if I can go. I'm trying to think what time did I have, just so I can give you guys the right time for our second one. Okay. Seaver and Frank Seeley. Doesn't show there, does it? Doesn't show You guys know what time I got my next show scheduled for? Those that follow me, start the 2-minute warning. Boom. There we go. All right, 2:26. So at 2:28, I'll end the 2-minute warning. All right, so we've got Chuck, we've got Sean, we've got boom, 2:28. I'll hit the bucket list, give you guys your entries, and we'll see you back here. I'm almost sure I've got it. I think I gave myself at least a half an hour between shows. I think 1:30, 2:30, 3 o'clock. I'm thinking it's probably 3 o'clock is the next one. But I could be off. There we go. That ends the 2-minute warning. So we've got Chuck in here for his 2+. We've got Sean with his 2+. Okay, we've got Lockin with his 2. Chuck with his 2. Bernie with his 2. Matty Ice with his 2. You got 9 today, Matty. All right. 5 Central. 4, 3 o'clock. Okay, so I'll be live back at 3 o'clock. In about a half an hour, I'll be finishing and then we'll be doing so we'll be doing Frank Seeley, and we'll be doing our Fairfield Friday in our final bid for today here, okay? And that'll get us through everything. Locking, right? Locking. No semi-truck. Semi-truck takeoff. I guess semi-truck took off. Well, Ethan has a 1-of-1 Cal Ripken Jr. auto. Oh my word. Wonder what he's wanting for that one. Is he looking to sell it? Yeah, Ethan does have everything. He's helped me out a few times for different things for me. He is an awesome, awesome friend. That's for sure. And I'm glad he's doing well with his sports card shop, and he does his he can use his social media presence to help everything out also. And then he's got a Randy Johnson and a King Felix dual auto, 2 out of 5. Oh my word. That sounds so enticing. But probably out of my price range. I'm in a pickle and a hard spot now because my house payment went up $150 this month due to my taxes going up. So much for being a senior citizen and getting taxed out of your dwelling, right? But other than that, we're going to call it a day for today. Okay, let me turn the camera around real quick so I can say my goodbye for you guys. This has been Don Blomdahl, having been live with you today. We'll see you guys in about a half an hour. So take care. Have a wonderful and blessed day. And as always, be blessed. We'll see you all around the channels, okay? You all take care and have a wonderful and blessed day. We'll see you at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Take care, everybody.